What's good? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Matthew Shack, live here in Los Angeles. Welcome to Matthew Shack Unfiltered. Breaking news. Breaking news. The lawsuit, Jon Gruden versus the NFL. It went to the Supreme Court in Nevada, and the Supreme Court in Nevada ruled in favor of the NFL. First things first, salute to the Unfiltered Nation and the Unfiltered fam. What's up with all y'all out there, man? Your boy is out here in these streets, out here in these LA streets handling business. But breaking news, the NFL has just won their appeal against Jon Gruden, and now Jon Gruden's case will have to go to arbitration. What does that mean? That means it's barbecue chicken for Jon Gruden. Barbecue chicken, bro. Just to give you guys a recap, Jon Gruden won at the lower appellate court. He won initially, and saying that he was trying to fight arbitration, and the reason why he was trying to fight arbitration is because Roger Goodell is the person who's going to be the judge, jury, and executioner. The guy who was employed by all 32 NFL teams, by those owners, is the guy you're going to be sitting in front of pleading your case. And whatever he decides from there, however he decides to go, is however he decides to go. All right? Understanding that one of the main things that happened in the case was that Jon Gruden was saying very, very unsavory things, including, the word that begins with an F and ends with a T in emails, even though it wasn't when he was employed. You're saying something about the guy who actually forced Mark Davis to fire you in 2021, and now you got to sit in front of him and he gets to delve out, or gets to divvy out what the punishment is, or what the fine is, or what happens. I mean, he can say whatever he want to say. You know what I mean? He doesn't like Jon Gruden. If I was Roger Goodell, I would hate Jon Gruden. I wouldn't like Jon Gruden for what he said in those emails, regardless of whether or not he said it or not. I got him fired. He tried to sue. He won. We went to the Supreme Court. Nevada Supreme Court came back in favor of the NFL, saying that now you got to sit down in front of Roger Goodell, the guy who you call these names, and now he gets to decide what he's going to do. All I'm hoping for Chucky is that Roger Goodell isn't as ruthless and as gangster and as petty as me. That's all I can say. I'm just hoping for Jon Gruden, his sake, that Roger Goodell isn't as petty as me. Because if anybody who ever did me any kind of way had to sit in front of me, and I got to divvy out your punishment, divvy out what you were going to get, divvy out whatever monetary situation you was going to receive, it would be definitely, you're not getting a thing. You're not getting anything. Okay? If anything, I'm going to definitely make you look like you're getting something, and then at the end, I'm going to tell you, you don't get nothing. Okay? And that's what it is. Okay? Very, very bad day. Very, very bad day. Once again, the Raiders versus the NFL. We came up with a big fat one of these. Okay? Jon Gruden definitely is a Raider, bro. Because that's how Raiders get done. So, once again, another entity, person, owner, or whatever you want to say, player against the NFL has come up short. There's only one man on this planet at one time who was here to ever successfully sue the NFL and win, and that is the Maverick himself, Al Davis. And what did he win? He got the right to move his team from Oakland to Los Angeles and got a $1. He won $1 in his case. The jury gave him a $1 victory, monetary. That's it. The NFL is the most powerful sports organization in this country, if not the world. And I don't know how, well, I do, but the bottom line is, man, you go against the NFL, you're not going to win. NFL's too powerful. NFL's got too many things going on in their favor. That just about every state benefits off the NFL. Television, rights, all these things that are way beyond what goes on the field. But once again, it's like, man, you're not going to beat the NFL, dog. If you're not Al Davis, and none of us are, and he's not here, you're not winning. You're not winning, man. That's simple. Now, what does this mean for Jon Gruden? I'm willing to believe that Roger Goodell is going to give him a take it or leave it. I'm willing to believe that. Okay, it's my opinion. That's what the opinion that I'm giving you guys is opinion that belongs to me. I'm willing to think that Roger Goodell knows he got him. He got him right where he want him. And it's just like Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I got Kendrick, got Drake right where he wants him. And if you don't want me to release any more songs that's going to be talking about you, stop talking. Don't mention my name. Don't say anything else. Leave the song that you got out. Leave the songs that I got out. Don't mention me again. And I'm pretty sure Drake is not going to ever mention Kendrick Lamar's name again. He's not going to sub him. He's not going to say anything. What this has to do with Roger Goodell is going to be like this. Hey, John, if you want to do anything with the NFL, meaning that you want to go back and you want to be in the booth, because when he was with Monday Night Football, he was an excellent color commentator. Jon Gruden was great for 10 years at ESPN, Monday Night Football. He knows everything about football. That's all the man knows. All right? He's about 64 years old. What else can he do? He's gonna die a football coach. All right? If you want to come back, man, you're gonna have to. There's some stipulations. Number one, keep my name out your effing mouth. I guarantee he's throwing the Will Smith on him. He's gonna throw that Will Smith on him, guaranteed. Okay. Number two, if you want to come back to coach, I need an apology. If you think Roger Goodell's not going to have Jon Gruden apologize in writing, I'm willing to believe that if John wants to come back to the NFL. Now, if John doesn't want to come back to the NFL, he's got money. Mark Davis just had to kick him off $60 million. This is what I've been trying to tell all Raider Nation. Had to pay. Jon Gruden got paid 60. Josh and Dave got paid 85. That's $130 million for coaches that aren't a member of the organization. So John got money, but what's money if you can't do what you want to do? All of us on here, I don't have to know you. All I know is that if you had all the money that you needed to have, you would be doing what you wanted to do. Whatever it is you want to do, you'd be doing it. I know that. Don't need to know nothing else about you. So Jon Gruden having all these tens of millions of dollars, and plus all the money he had from ESPN, plus all the money he had from coaching, he's probably sitting on net worth maybe 120 million or some odd dollars. What's the use of having all that money if you can't do what you want to do? There's only so many islands you can sit on. There's only so many cars you could drive. There's only so many private jets you can fly on. The man is a football coach. That's what he was born to do. He's born to be a football coach. Will you think he wants to coach high school level? Yeah, he could, but why do that? College level, why do that? He wants to be on the highest level, which is the NFL. Okay? So he's just a rich man with nothing to do. Okay? And nothing's worse than having too much time on your hands. All right? That's what happens when you're rich and you have too much time on your hands. Next thing you know, your health is gone. Next thing you know, you're out of here. Somebody else is spending your money. So very, very bad day once again for a real Raider. And like I always say, man, you in this fan base, you better understand this fan base is, you are here to be the villain. You are here to have to deal with everybody happy that you're not succeeding. You gotta have to believe in yourself good enough so when you know you've done something, when you've won finally, if you're in your lifetime, I've won 3 times, and every time I've won a Super Bowl, Nothing changed. Media didn't change. The ops didn't change. The enemies didn't change. The fans of the other teams didn't change. And nothing that they said changed. They still said all the derogatory things that they said about you before you won the Super Bowl. The first one, the second one, the third one. And all you can say is, say what you want. I'm world champion. That's all I was saying. You could call me whatever you want, as long as you call me champion. This situation is another situation that they're gonna definitely let you know that you lost that. But at the end of the day, man, salute to Jon Gruden, because he didn't go out on a sword, and he actually embodied the spirit of Al Davis, who actually hired him and put him in that position to not let the NFL just do whatever. Sometimes you gotta stand up to your boss. You gotta stand up to your employer. You gotta let it be known, hey man, this isn't cool. This isn't working out. And if you wind up losing your job, so be it. I mean, it's all a matter of what kind of man you are, what kind of woman you are. But at the end of the day, Jon Gruden lost. It's just like you Drake fans out there who are trying to cope. Drake lost, Chucky lost. Let's just keep it a buck. Just keep it a buck. I was rooting for Gruden because I wanted Gruden to win, because it's the NFL versus us. It's us versus everybody. But Jon Gruden did say some foul stuff, bro. He said some things he shouldn't have said, regardless of when he said it. Said some racial stuff. He lost points with me. As far as all that's concerned, he definitely did. But I still was like, he's a Raider. Make it happen. But it's wrap. There will be no more appeals. This was the Supreme Court. Unless Jon Gruden wants to take it further and take it to the Supreme Court of the United States, he could, but you're talking about 3 or 4 years more of this. Does Jon Gruden want to be 67 years old, 68 years old, and get told that they're gonna, sustain with what happened with the Supreme Court of Nevada? I don't know if Jon Gruden wants to do that. Spend all that money, all these lawyers he has to pay. So that's what's going on, man. I wanted to come in and make it clear to you guys, Jon Gruden has lost to the Supreme Court of Nevada. They overturned, he won initially, and the Supreme Court overturned it. That they said that your contract in the NFL, you have to go to arbitration. He's saying, well, I got fired for stuff that I said when I wasn't an employee. I think Jon Gruden got railroaded, to be honest, because if you think about it, why are you using stuff that I said before I was an employee and fired me for those? Like, how does that work? You're the NFL, dog, and they said he has to go to arbitration. So now he has to go to Park Avenue in New York, sit down, or have his advisors sit down, and have the guy who you call, as a man, you call, if you're not in that community, that's not a good thing to call another man. Okay, and then put it in writing, in an email. It's not good. Now we're not going to find out all the other stuff. Now we're not going to find out what was going on with the Redskins and what was going on with Daniel Snyder and what was in those other 750,000 emails. Let's understand, there's still 750,000 emails that the NFL does not have to disclose now. They could put that to bed. There is no more digging in there, trying to figure out who else said something, who else did something, who else emailed some pictures allegedly, or doing something strange for some change allegedly. All that's over. NFL, it's a wrap. Back to playing football. Okay, and the schedule's coming out today, and the schedule's going to be out in a couple of hours. Just understand how this works, man. So when you start talking about teams and the same teams winning, and this was bogus and that was bogus, and this, hey man, you're going to have to understand it's bigger than you think. It's deeper than football. All right, man. Love all y'all out there, man. I'll holler at you guys a little bit later. I'm rolling around, and we will reconvene later on this afternoon. Matthew Shack Unfiltered.